My name is Melita Richardson. I'm the multi-talented BBW who mixes music and makeup to create magic. But today we're talking about food. Why? Well, my husband made a request that I make something called Grio. Grio is a delicious tradition Haitian dish that is pretty much pork shoulder, which, oh, what do you know? I've got a big bloody pork shoulder right here, right there. And what we do with it is we're gonna cut it up. We're going to clean it because they're very big on cleaning their meat. I am not Haitian. I am just a black girl from Jersey, but I have married a Haitian man, and so I learned a lot of Haitian recipes so I can keep him happy at home. I'm gonna choke on my spit. So, what you're gonna watch me do now, if I can figure out how to get the camera to look at it, Jesus Christ. What you're gonna watch me do right now is you're going to watch me cut down this pork shoulder. And then you're going to watch me clean it, leave it alone for seasoning for about an hour. Then we're going to cook it in the pot, and then we're going to fry it. So that's what's up for today. I hope you guys enjoy. Keep watching. I'm going to remove these gloves because I touched that bloody pork, and now I got to fix the camera. So give me a second. Okay. Still recording? Okay, so here is my pork shoulder. And I've never cut up a pork shoulder, guys, I'll be honest with you, but I've never been afraid to try a new thing. So I'm just going, all that blood. Look at that beautiful blood, Lord Jesus. I'm just getting it out of the plastic. And one thing I should note and add is that I am on a specific diet. It's called the keto diet. But luckily enough, this sort of meal is totally fine on the keto diet. So that's all good. It's still kind of frozen in the middle, but let's see what I can get. Chop it down through here. Chop it down through here. Yeah, I'm sure this isn't how you cut it, but it'll do for today. These parts will be really appreciated. This right here, this part is like the best part. This real fatty part, this is what cooks up and is delicious. So we're definitely gonna cut this down like this. Because we definitely want to keep that fat. This fattiness, this is what they live for. Okay. So this is perfect. This is great. I'm going to remove my gloves and I'll be right back. So all I'm doing is just taking this meat, slapping it on in there. Okay, sticking that to the side, going in one spot. I'm going to take this lime. I already know that you're supposed to take this lime, work it, put it on your meat, but I actually saw someone show a really cool way of doing it. Normally I would just cut the lime in half and then I'll put it in that squeezer thing and go squeeze, but I saw somebody do something that was really interesting. She actually cuts the lime open, cuts the skin off, and really rubs every piece of meat with an available lime to make sure that the lime is getting on it. It touches every single piece of meat. So I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna try that right now. Nice lime. This is a nice lime. Here's that piece of lime we were talking about. Here's the meat. We're just gonna squeeze the lime right on the meat. Squeezing it on the meat, goddammit. Now I'm starting to think I might have cut these a bit short, but it's okay. I only have one pork shoulder and I'm not the butcher, so I just figured it out for myself. And the purpose of this, for Haitian people specifically, is not just cleaning. This is definitely a cleaning purpose, but cleaning doubles as seasoning, and it's pretty genius how that works out because the acidity penetrates the pork in a way that allows the pork to become super duper tender and to absorb so many flavors, and lime is super essential in a Haitian dish. It just gives you that delicious Caribbean flavor. I never used to understand what people use lime for. I'm like, why use lime when you can use lemon? I thought lime was just like lemon's ugly little sister or ugly big sister. That sounds so terrible, but I never understood the purpose of lime. But now I understand lime is so good when it comes to these savory meat dishes. So definitely need our lime. Let's try to activate the juices in this lime. We're gonna go ahead, cut side and side. And try to cut the skin off the middle. Just like that. Alright, Grio. Okay, that's my pork. It has been rubbed down with the lime. Just gonna let that sit for a second. I'm going to wash this, wash that, reset the area, and then I'm going to show you guys how we create the marinade, which also helps to sanitize the meat, but this is what really tenderizes it, so be right back. Changing my gloves for the 45th time. Okay, so we're back. Now, I don't have on gloves because I really don't need to, but this last part is how we're going to make our marinade. So as you can see, we've got our pork all ready to go. We've got some lemon juice, some sour orange juice. My special thing that I like to use apple cider vinegar for the Grio, and I use the regular white distilled vinegar, which is, I've got a big jug of it right here, okay? You can use one or the other, either or. I just really love the flavor that the apple cider vinegar gives to the pork. It's like an apple pork, it's like a sour, acidic sweetness that it adds to the pork. And of course our regular distilled vinegar to help further penetrate, cleanse the meat, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create pretty much a marinade, and that's going to be on this meat for about, I'm going to leave it on for about 2 to 3 hours. I mean, the longer the better. Then when we go ahead and we go to cook it in the epice and with the rest of the seasonings, it's going to really take on all those flavors. So this is a very important step. So let's start off with our lemon juice. And we're just going to do 1/4 cup. Again, we have plenty of lime, but that lemon juice also adds more of that acidity and a lot of that freshness. I poured that so awkwardly. Jesus Christ, pray for me. 1/2 cup distilled vinegar. About 1/2 cup of my apple cider vinegar. Okay. I really love what sour orange juice does. So I'm going to use 2/3 sour orange juice. This is mine. So orange juice, I know we're not supposed to be supporting Goya, but we had it, so. Alright, let's see that pork. You guys see that? I'm just gonna turn it. Make sure that the liquid's getting all over that. And then last but not least, we're gonna use some salt. More like a 1/4 cup salt. Alright, this is part of the cleaning process, and I'm just going to leave this in here for, like I said, 2 to 3 hours. Some people do it for like a day or so. I'll see you guys in a few hours. So it's been about 2.5 hours. This is what it looks like. So, see, that's all that clear milky looking liquid. Now I'm going to just pour this water down the drain. We have beautiful meat right here. And you can see it's not as pink because the acid almost starts like, I don't want to say cooking it, but it kind of cures the meat here. Now something y'all need to know is in order to make good Haitian food, you need the Haitian pot. We have this pot from our local store called Bobby's. Okay? and they got your big pot for you. You also need a special tool when you're cooking your Grio. You need one of these, okay? This is how we're gonna pick up our cooked meat and stick it into our fryer so we can fry the meat. So you need one of these. So you need a big pot and one of these. If you don't have it, obviously you could pick, you can use any sort of like spoon that has a strainer and, a big pot, but you want a big wide deep pot, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys what I do to prepare to cook this beautiful meat. And also I'm gonna rinse this meat off. So the meat is now beautiful, it's clean, it's got a good color, it's been rinsed off, and we're ready to go. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm gonna take out a beautiful long knife, and I just got half an onion here. Now this is something that I do, this is not what was featured in either one of those videos that I watched. This is something I like to do. I like to cut up half an onion, and I like the caramelization of the onion there as this grio's cooking. Okay, and take it up on its sides. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just gonna put it on the bottom of that pan with a little bit of oil. We're gonna put these onions at the bottom of the pan with a little bit of oil and something called épice seasoning. Okay? Let me show y'all épice seasoning. Haha, made you look. This is not a pickle. These are not pickles. My lovely mother-in-law made us some épice seasoning, which is a combination of spices and vegetables that are used to create delicious Haitian meals. It's kind of like a base paste. So this goes as a base of most of the delicious Haitian cuisine. So we'll be using that today, along with our half-cut onion and a little bit of oil at the bottom of our pan. We're gonna take a 1/4 cup of our épice, our half an onion, and just a little bit of oil, and we're gonna put it in a big pot. Come with me. So we're here at the big pot. And what I do is I'll take the lid off, put it up to about medium heat. I'm just gonna put some extra virgin olive oil at the bottom. This is not part of the frying process, but I just like what the extra virgin olive oil does with helping to caramelize that onion when it's at the bottom. Alright, so our oil has heated up just a bit. Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw our onions in. Next, I'm going to add my 1/4 cup of épice. Again, this is probably not the regular way that everybody does it, but this is just something I've added because I really love that the caramelization of the onion. It cooks in onto the pork, and it's just absolutely delectable. And then I'm going to pour in my épice right now. Hold on 1 second. I think you could buy Haitian épice somewhere. I think they do sell it at like Caribbean stores, but this was made by a Haitian woman who is my mother-in-law, so of course it tastes the best. Yes. 1/4 cup of that, a heaping 1/4 cup, and plop it right in there. There's a bunch of celery and all kinds of spices that are loaded into this. Now, of course, this turns the temperature down. So what I do is I let it sit there. It's gonna start off green, then it turns kind of brown. And when it's turned kind of brown and I hear it all sizzling, that's when I'm gonna throw my pork in there. I can smell it already, y'all. On my meat, I add just a little bit of épice on the meat itself. Okay, so here it is. I put the épice on top, okay? Now, this is my thing of seasoning, so I'm not saying that mine is the right way or the wrong way. This is how I like to season. My husband and I love our Caribbean traditional all-purpose seasoning. Focus. So this is one of our favorite things. So it's Caribbean traditional all-purpose seasoning. I ain't even gonna measure it. I would think this is like maybe 2 tablespoons. Okay. Then we love our complete seasoning, which is Badai. I love this shit right here. Again, I ain't measuring. Maybe a couple tablespoons, maybe 3 tablespoons. Now this right here alone is enough to make this junk taste amazing. We're gonna add 2 Maggi cubes. These are pretty small Maggi cubes. It's the chicken flavor, just to add some more flavor to it. And we want some dry and crumbly Maggi cubes, so we can crumble it all over the place. Okay. Never forget or never underestimate the importance of properly seasoning and cleaning the food, because you're doing yourself a favor by getting it done. Alright, now sizzling, we are now going to pour our meat and our mixture right in. Perfect. Okay? And now we're gonna leave this here for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. So we're cooking our pork first here to cook from about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Now, normally you would add thyme and parsley, but I don't have that right now. I think I might have some thyme, but I think it's expired. I don't really want to put it. It was the actual fresh herb. I don't want to put it in there. So we're gonna put the thyme in there. A Scotch bonnet pepper. I'm just gonna move it, crack it open a little bit. Throw it right in the middle. I'll put the lid on. And Alexa, remind me to check the pork in 1 hour.
Okay, I'll remind you in 1 hour.
So Alexa will remind me in 1 hour. Yay! Side note, reminder, I am not Haitian. I was not raised Haitian. I am Black American. So I have my own little way of doing this. But I do follow 2 videos. I'm going to make sure I tag both those ladies in the video. And yeah, I enjoy making this meal because my fiance loves it, but I have to disclose that I will not be making pickles. Pickles is a very, 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 very common dish that goes on the side of Grio, and most people would say it's blasphemous to not feature it, but I don't make the best pickles, and I can be honest with myself and say that. So we just gonna eat the Grio by itself, and we could probably have some salad or something, but yeah, we just gonna have Grio with no pickles, okay? All right, is that okay with you? Is that okay with you?
This is a reminder. Check the pork.
Okay, so our woks, our heat, and our oil is ready to go. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some Grio and stick it right in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. I'm just going to do 6 pieces, like a small batch. And I'm going to leave it alone for about 2 to 3 minutes, flip it, and then take it out. Because if I add too much of it, it's going to take longer to fry. And if I leave too little in, but I fry it for too long, it'll get super duper hard, and we don't want that. Alexa, remind me to check the pork in 3 minutes. Yeah. So we'll let it fry for about 5 minutes on high, on medium high. I'm gonna take it out right now. I cut myself! You laugh? I hurt myself. You won't get no Grio now. You won't get no Grio now! Because you're laughing at me. Because you're laughing at me. I'm gonna take this out. Alright. Alright. Now I like those little fried chunks. And I just put it right here so I can get some more grease off. Right, everybody, well, this is my fried Grio. It is done, it is delicious, and it is beautiful to eat. I hope that you guys try it and enjoy. And if you do, let me know in the comments down below. Again, I am Black American, I am not Haitian, so do not hold me to the same standard as your mammy. Don't forget to click subscribe, hit that bell twice so you can get the little lines on the side so you can receive all of my notifications. This has been my Vlogmas entry. I don't know if it's going to be my second, third, fourth, I don't know. But I am going to put this in for Vlogmas. Love y'all, stay black, help me get monetized, please. Oh God.